So now we are going to do the test class. This is also one of the concept in development part. So how can we write the test class first? Same like how we can save Apex. Same like that we can save Apex class. So I'm just going to developer console here. Shit. Mm. So in this you can add Apex class. So how can we add Apex class? We have already discussed. If this class name is if this class name is pulsar demonstration, then what could be the test class of this class? Rajesh, are you there?
Yes, yes, bro.
Yes. If class name is this one, then we can write test class like this.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Extension with test.
Yes, same thing. We already created, and here it is. This is our trigger. This is our class, and this is our test class. And now in this test, one by one we can discuss. So yesterday we have just copied the code and how it was running code coverage in developer console. We have checked it,
Yes,
right?
bro.
So what should be the code coverage to deploy the code in production? It
75%.
should be 75%. So now, in case if it is less than 75%, how we can do it? We can check. So coming to test class. So here you can see the test class name. This is pulsar demonstration class, and this is a test class. Okay, and we'll start the test class with this keyword. There is annotation. If you see at is test in the class, then we can decide that is a test class. Okay,
Yes.
and coming to the class name, how we start the class? Public class pulsar demonstration. So here there is no access specifier. So any reason? So here, while we are writing the class, we'll be having access specifier. So
Yes, sir.
public, private, and here in test class, we are not having any access specifier because we are calling the class not test class from the trigger. So why we will be having access specifier? Somebody has to call it. If it is private, we won't call that particular class. So here there is no specific access specifier because will be called only Apex class, not test classes. Okay,
Okay.
so that is the reason here we don't have access specifier, and here we are showing that we are writing class. Okay, this is the class, and this will be test
Class.
class name. Same how we gave here class test class name, and same class test class name. We have
Yes.
done with. We have done with this line, and this line we understood. If you start with is test, then we can decide it's a test class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now coming to seventh line, static. We understand why we can use static to avoid create object.
Architect. Yes.
Okay, so test method in the sense we are telling to the Salesforce directly that we are doing the test for this function. Void, it is not giving any result, and test function name we are giving test function. Instead of giving this function name, we are giving test function. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so see here. This is the comment. Test method is a keyword. That means we are telling to the Salesforce that we are doing test in this function.
Okay.
So till this line, any doubts?
Now, so text function is the function name, bro.
Function name, that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, bro.
So because of these test functions, we can find the answers for all these questionnaire. So what will be written type of test function?
Return to
Why? Because
while.
here we are showing it, right? You
Yes,
may
bro.
get interview questions like this. What will be the written type of test functions? Test function always will be have void as written type.
Yes.
Every time void only it will be there because non-void we can't see. Why we can't see? Generally non-void what it will do, it will do is it will give result,
Yes, bro.
right? Why we are doing test class? I mean why we are doing test means either it is running or not we are checking it.
Yes.
Then why do we have result in test class,
Yes.
right?
Yes, yes.
And what kind of data test functions will accept? This
No
means
data.
here what kind of data they're asking. We are not going to store any data in test functions now. We are just doing test either it will work or not. Okay. If
Okay.
we don't write any access specifier, this question we already discussed. If we don't write any access specifier, then also automatically which access specifier you think will come for entities in test class? Got it, Rajesh? What will be happen here? We discussed right just now why we haven't used access specifier.
Yes,
We
bro.
never calls test class. We got the answer here.
Hmm.
We will not call the test class, so we need not to use the access specifiers. Salesforce
Okay.
will do it internally.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And now this is the logic now which we are going to discuss. So here we already used for loop in function, sorry, in
Yes.
class. So for this test class, we are using this logic: object name, where p, and new pulsar bike to store the memory. So here pulsar bike in the sense it's a object name. Okay.
Yes, bro.
Here what is variable p name? I mean where p we gave, we can consider this one as variable. Which kind of variable it is?
Hmm. Which kind of variable?
A subject. A subject
Okay.
in the sense nothing but it's a collection of the records. So whichever you are going to store the data in pulsar bike object, that data will be displayed in this.
Okay, bro.
Okay. So if you give a new pulsar bike, whichever you are going to store the new record, it will store here.
Okay.
Same like for loop, how for each loop, how it works. First it will come here, then it will goes here, right?
Yes, bro.
So same thing it will be happen. So this line, I just remember for test classes we can use this concept. Okay. Same like how we can do list my list, etc. Example I gave here. Just see this one once again. Okay. Now coming to next line. If it is where.p name, that means what it will be. Here
Update. Yes.
where.p in the sense a subject.
Yes.
Okay.
Pulsar bike.
In
Yes.
a subject there is a field. Okay. There is a field called as name.
Yes, bro.
Okay. In that field, if this record stored as Suresh, then it will be displayed in where.p. Here we are not storing one single data. It's a collection of records of this particular object.
Yes.
Got it?
Yeah.
So first field we gave here and second field we gave here 1,20,000. So actually what is this motto? What is the motto of this figure? If it is more than 1 lakh, straight away they'll be getting 2000 rupees discount. That's what we are going to check here. And these two, whenever you are doing test class, we will not go with any static data. Sorry, will not we'll go with the hard coded data, because if you're getting the data from the database, they may be getting error sometimes. That means whenever you're in test class, you don't touch any existing records, just go with the new records.
Okay.
Okay, so now here it is. So I'm checking new one, customer name. Okay, 1,75,000 I'm giving. Okay, how much it has to come now?
173.
173 it has to come. So if you want to give the data here like that, you can give. Here 175 you gave, right? So we can change here 175. Okay. Because we are doing a hard coded data, we are not taking the data from the database. Okay.
Okay.
And once it is done, we are next step is insert pen detail into database just we created above. That means whichever you inserted, that has to display here.
Yes, bro.
Got it, Rajesh, what I'm saying? See,
Yes, yes.
what we'll do is 1 minute. What we'll do is first we're giving field name and files of that particular object, and next in test class we want to display the name there, and not name, result. This whichever you are giving this result, that will be saved in database, and that is not coming into developer console. Got it? So you're asking Salesforce to store that result in developer console in this.
Okay.
So by using this keyword insert variable p, if you give this one, whichever result 173 is coming, that will get stored here. This will be a new concept in Salesforce. We can call this one as DML statement. I mean, in our class, this is a new concept for you. This is called as
Okay.
DML statement. That is a future concept. Okay.
Okay.
So by using insert keyword, we can ask Salesforce to store the result here. Okay. That
Yes.
means 175. I'm sorry. So what is the result? 173. So now in Salesforce org, you can see 173 result, but here you cannot see, right?
Yes.
So now this result is working or not. To check the status, we have few more steps. They are, what they are is, we are comparing the values, this value and new value, either it is same or not. Checking that, we'll go with one more concept, as we will call as query language.
Okay.
In this test class, you'll be getting two different modules or two different concepts. One is DML statement and another one is query language. After completion of the test class, very next classes will learn about DML statements and query languages.
Okay.
Okay. So this may be somewhat difficult for you to compare with the previous classes. So that's the
Okay.
reason I'm explaining this.
Okay.
Okay. So till here you understood, right?
Yes, bro.
Okay. So now what we can do is we'll create another function, another variable like variable p2. same to fetching the data. To fetching the
Okay.
data in the sense which data we are fetching it, whichever it is going to be stored, that result data we are fetching from database. Got it, Rajesh?
Yes, bro.
Because new record we have created, right? We haven't fetched the data or existing record. New record which we are going to create, which we have created for testing. That record only we are fetching it from the database. Okay, I'm just
Okay.
saving this. Okay, 173 it's came. So this 173 in developer console, it has to store in this insert variable.
Okay.
Okay, and till here it's okay, and we are not sure either it is running successfully or not. Okay, in this place trigger will come to the picture. It will call apex, then it will give 2000 rupees discount, right? Once it is stored
Yes, bro.
internally during testing time, things will happen which happens during manual QA testing. Whichever we are doing it, same thing, manual QA team also will do the same. Now whichever we are following it, they'll also create one field, and they'll check either it's working or not. Okay, so now we are going to create same line like this pulsar bike C, and we already used this variable. So variable 2 we gave, and as usual new record you gave here. Got it?
Yes, bro.
Now where P, here this is a subject. In this S subject, whichever you are storing it, that will be displayed here. Okay, but now for us, for variable 2 what we are taking is whichever got stored here. Got it? Whichever
Yes.
we got stored here, that we are just touching from record id, from sorry, from database with record id. Hope you are getting confused. Again I'm explaining. So now till till this point you understood, right?
Yes, bro.
Till this point you understood. Now what I'm saying is I'm going to create another function for testing.
Okay.
Okay, and after creating that function, so for example, give me a minute. Here I'm just giving. Okay, so this is the concept actually. Okay, so in this is actual logic which it is going to store in Salesforce database. So what could be the answer?
One
Till
second.
here we understood. And now what I'm going to do is here in developer console I'm doing the testing here. It is storing same data it is storing here, and to matching this value either it is working or not, I just gave the data like this. Okay, so instead of 175 I'm giving 150. Did you get anything now?
So before it's once
Yes,
and
yes. Now I'll tell you. See, this one are Salesforce data, and this one are developer console data.
okay.
So here, what I will do is, I know the answer because if I give 150,000, 1,50,000, then it will be 1,48,000. I know this answer. So wantedly, I'm giving like this.
Okay.
And here, I'm writing one query language. What I'm giving query language is whichever is storing the data in this column that has to display it here.
Okay.
Then what I'll understand is this data will be the same now.
Yes.
Got it?
Yes.
So my code is running successfully. That's what I can understand.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So here there is a query language. So if this is a variable, this is DML statement. If this is the DML statement, then it is query language.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what we are discussing here now. Okay. So for
Okay.
query language, what we are giving is this for query language we have lot of formulas, but I'm just showing here. So variable 2 here. So for next class, data will store here, right? Because this is a subject.
Yes.
If first record will consider as where p, second record will consider as where p2.
Mhm.
Okay, and variable p2 where we can stretch the data. This is the data. Select. If you give query language like this, select, and this is the field name
Price.
of this
A subject.
object. Okay, it is showing here.
Yes,
Select
please.
field name from this object and where id
Price
equal to
equal.
colon and where pid.
Yes.
Where pid in the sense nothing but record id.
Yes, please.
So whichever storing the record here, for that record it is getting fetching the data from the database with record id.
Yes, please.
So record id, how it will be create?
While creating
While
any
creating
record.
the record, automatically will get create. So for this record id, for this record, for Shiva record, this is a record id.
Yes, please.
How it will be create in the sense once you join any organization, we'll be getting one employee id, right?
Yes, yes.
So like that, once you create any record, record id will be get rolled out by Salesforce
Yes.
directly. So now here, what we are telling to Salesforce is whichever we are giving the line here. So he for first line we gave the value here, right?
Yes, bro.
Where p we gave the value, but where p2 we haven't gave the value. Directly we are fetching the information from the database by giving where id.
Yes.
Okay. So now we are fetching the data. That means here I am just fetching the data from here. Okay. Now I'm going to check either these two values same or not.
Okay.
That is, see here it's showing test that trigger correctly updated the price or not. So
Okay.
by using this keyword, we can do it.
Okay.
So system dot asset equals and result, right?
Yes, yes.
Result, and you gave that result and you are just comparing now.
Yes.
Okay, result you gave answer here, and next value will be whichever it is going to be stored here. So first value you gave where p price here, and for second value will come to where p2 price, because this one only this is you are getting the data from database.
Yes, bro.
Got it?
Yeah.
So these two now we are checking the values. If it is both are working same, then it will get success. How we can check? See, now I gave 1,75,000.
Yes.
As per trigger, 2,000 rupees has to come discount.
Yes.
So what is the answer should be here? One lakh
170.
seventy three thousand. But instead of 1,73,000, I gave 1,18,000.
Yes.
Okay. And now tell me either this test class will run successfully or not.
No.
How can we check that? For
Uh,
that, now just click on run test. We have done it.
mhm.
And test run is getting failed. But coming to the code coverage, how about code coverage?
ఎక్కడ వచ్చింది బ్రో అది టెస్ట్ రన్నింగ్ ఫెయిల్ అని
Oh, no, no, I'm just asking.
ఓకే ఓకే
That I'll show you.
ఓకే
We are failing in test run. But what about code coverage? Code coverage will be 75%. That will be the
ఎస్
same. Because we are failing, we are doing it in test class, right? So that is the reason. you need not to worry about test class, code coverage now. So just check either test class is running correctly or not. For that, we can call this one as tray. Okay, click on this, and here you can see test. Click on it. It is showing successfully.
Yes, sir.
Why we gave wrong value here, right?
Yeah.
Because we haven't saved this data.
Okay.
If you run the test, whichever it got saved earlier, that only it will take. So I'm about
Okay.
saving it, and again I'm giving run test. You can find out here.
Yes.
Before that, there is a green tick mark,
Yes.
and now there is a failure. You can
Yes.
see how it got failure, and just click on that. You can see the test function. It will shows you in this test run which are the which in which class it is getting failed and which function it is getting failed. So
Yes.
test function 1 it got failed.
Okay.
So if you click on this, I mean if you do double click, then it will get displayed here. And error stack trace. Here you can find. Just do it double click, then here it shows. Got it now?
Yes, sir.
Expected value we gave 1,18,000, but actual value should come 173.
Yes, sir.
So that is the reason it got failed. And
Okay.
here if you see, then where we need to do that mistake, it shows here.
Okay.
So line number 35 and column number 1.
ఆ
Just
ఎర్రర్ రీటచ్ చేయాలా బ్రో?
yes. So now I'm coming back, see 35 column. Now I'm giving 173. Okay.
Yes.
Now tell me, if I give run test, it will success or not?
We need to say.
Yes, we need to save. Okay, let me. See, now it is getting success.
Yes.
Okay, so this is how we can do the test class.
Okay.
Okay, and now test class we have done successfully. Now check here, code coverage is completed or not. For this, here you can see code coverage option. Just click on
Okay.
it. You can see three options. First one is none, second one is all test, and third one is this particular function. So just click on it. 100%. Test has done completed 100%. And
ఎక్కడ
line
వచ్చింది
number
బ్రో?
3, that's what here.
ఓకే.
Rajesh, actually we have done the test here. We have failed in test class, not in code, because if the code is wrong, our result will not come into the records, right?
ఎస్.
That means code is perfect. Code is perfect.
ఓకే.
We are just saying this code is correct or not.
ఓకే.
So to check that, here you can see. And I have now, I haven't select any line here. I'm just giving this line, pulsar demonstration test function.
ఇది మనకు మళ్ళీ టెస్ట్ కవరేజ్ అది ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది బ్రో?
Here itself is showing.
ఓకే. ఓ ఇదే ఇదే టెస్ట్ కవరేజా బ్రో?
That's what I'm saying.
ఓకే.
See, you can see here, code coverage pulsar demonstration test 100%.
ఓకే.
Got it? So here our code is perfectly working 100%. And coming to trigger, and just check trigger pulsar demonstration. Out of 4 lines of coding, 1 line is not working. 75% code coverage is there in trigger.
Yes, bro.
Now tell me either it is working successfully or not.
Um, 75% means we can proceed, bro.
Yeah, we can proceed, but 1 line is not working, right?
Yeah, yes.
Then how? And one more, we can check on which line it is not working. These lines, this color coding, I haven't done anything. Whenever I'm doing this one, whenever I'm doing, click on this, automatically it is showing from Salesforce side. It is
Okay.
saying that this line is not yet covered. So for that, we'll have some theory here. Okay.
Mm.
Test method, we can also use it at test method before the function. So sometimes if you join any organization, your seniors will do this kind of this kind of coding, and some other people will do this kind of coding. But both are same.
Okay.
So what we gave here, we gave static test method, void test functions. But few people they may follow like this. Don't get confused. Both are correct.
Okay.
Okay. Till this point, we understood at the end of testing, we need to use asset function and see if things are going as per the business requirement. If all goes fine, test class is called as errorless. So because of this function, we can identify that class is working perfectly,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. And remaining half of work to ensure your score will be more than or equal to 75%.
Yes.
Okay. So till here we have done, and here we have checked if this is 100%, and this is only 75%.
Yes.
Class is 100%, trigger is only 75%.
Mm.
Now we can see either it works or not.
Okay.
Test class needs to give two things. First, expected solution or calculations are right as per business logic. So
Okay.
what is the business logic here? If it is more than 1 lakh rupees, 2000 rupees discount will come. And we got the answer in Salesforce, and developer console also it is working same.
Yes.
So first one is okay. And second one, 75% lines must be executed and covered. And here they haven't mentioned either in trigger or class, they haven't mentioned. Okay, now we'll discuss that. So in trigger, how many lines covered in test class in code coverage?
Three. Four. Three.
4 lines. How can we
Yes.
find out which are selected here? But we haven't selected manually. Whenever we give here code coverage, automatically it shows which are the lines got covered.
Yes.
And line number 2, 4, 5, there is no functions, there is no variables, there is no code in that in those lines. So that is the reason they haven't done in coverage. And you may get one doubt why first line is not yet covered.
Yeah. It's a class name.
That is a
So
class name. We are just telling to the Salesforce that we are writing on class with
yes.
class name. That's it. So on remaining lines, there is no code. Okay, that's the reason it is not yet covered in code coverage. Okay.
Okay.
Coming to the trigger, it is showing only 75%. But coming to the trigger, if you see 1%, see here, coverage percentage need as per the Salesforce rule. Apex clash should be 75% and trigger should be only 1% is enough.
Okay.
Else we cannot send them to production. If it is 0%, then that will be a problem for us in trigger.
Okay.
Now it is 75%. So we can send it to the deployment directly.
ఓకే. సో
Got
మళ్ళీ
it?
మనకు ఆ రెడ్ మార్క్ ఎందుకొచ్చిందని ఎలా తెలుసుకుంటాం
Yes,
సార్?
yes, that's what I'm saying.
ఓకే.
So here still we haven't completed as of now.
ఓకే.
Okay. That's why we never worry about code coverage of trigger in Salesforce because 1% is very, very low. Just
ఓకే.
now we have discussed.
యెస్.
And why we have not bothered about trigger percentage code coverage? Any idea?
Maximum of the things we will write in class, Apex class.
I'm not getting you. You are near to the answer.
I mean, most of the, methods and all we write in Apex classes.
Your answer
Apex.
is correct, but you're not putting in the right way. So you should give answer like there is no logics in trigger.
Okay.
So entire logic you gave in only class.
Yes.
At the time of trigger class itself, we have discussed this. We will not give any logics in trigger.
Yes.
Okay. and that too we are giving only one trigger per one object to give accurate result to the users.
Yes.
Okay, and we can cover trigger lines very easily by doing something on object. What is that? This is a new concept. We can cover trigger lines very easily by doing DML statement. Just
Okay.
we'll see how it will cover. By doing DML statement, we can do it. So maximum effect in real-time scenarios spent on getting coverage in class. We never worry about coverage in trigger. Okay. So now you'll be getting the answer. This line, it was not yet covered. Any idea as per your knowledge? So can you please read first line?
Trigger, pulsar discount trigger,
Okay.
and pulsar, I mean object. So it is trigger event before insert, before update.
Yes. Before insert, before update, we gave. And here in test class also, we have running test class with only for insert. Say
Insert.
here,
Okay. Yes.
only for insert we gave, and we haven't tried with update. So here event is update. Though you gave context variable here, function name and
Class name.
class name, you gave trigger.new, but in function name, sorry, in class name, did you give any update scenario here? We haven't
No.
give.
Yes.
So we need not to give actually, but
Okay.
to running that, we need to check this one, right, through DML statement.
Yes.
So for that, we'll be having a few more lines of code in class. You got it, Vash, what I'm saying? See here, we just update the, we are just inserting the data. We are not updating that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let me give in some other scenario.
So got it, bro. I mean, we are just writing code for insert thing. We are not writing code for
Yes,
update.
exactly. We
Yeah,
are
yeah, I
not
got
writing any code for update.
it. Update
So
thing.
that is the reason it's not working. So I'm just checking some other code to checking pattern. Yes, I got it. Okay. So this is the code I'm displaying now. So now entire our logic will be get updated. Like earlier, we were giving only if it is greater than 1 lakh, they'll be getting 2000 rupees discount. And now, because of this logic, all the scenario parameters will get changed. Okay. So can you please read out this?
Where P price greater than 1
First
lakh.
one you can understand.
Yes, bro.
Okay. And next one,
Where price greater than or equal to 7,000
if it is
70
greater than or equal to 70,000
and
and
where
less than or
price
equal to 1 lakh,
1 lakh.
then they'll be giving 1000 rupees discount.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
So greater than equal to 50, less than equal to 70, they are giving 500.
Okay.
So greater than 10,000 and less than 5,000, 50,000, they are giving 100.
Okay. Now you got it right.
Yes,
So
yes,
in
sir.
case now if I copy this logic and paste it in this class, what will be happen?
So less than,
Okay, let me copy this. I'm giving none. Okay, one okay, one okay, one okay, one okay. And here is showing problem. That means 3 extra we gave. For this, okay. Matching, okay. Okay, okay. Now I'm saving this trigger. Sorry, I'm saving this class. Okay, and here same logic. I'm just pasting it. Here we have already done it. In case still if you are getting it simple, just close it and open it again. So first trigger, sorry, and again class. So we haven't saved here. 1 minute. So now problem is not coming. And next 27. Line number 27 expecting. Okay. Line number 3. Line number 3, it is showing wrong. It is showing. Okay. Okay. No error because earlier I have deleted this brackets also. So that is the reason I was getting problems here. And now test class. Okay, so as per this class, if it is if I saved 1,75,000, it has to show 173, and this will be working fine. And if we have these logics in test and test class, we have running only one method. So now you can see if you do run test 1 minute, go to test. Yes, last run 8 o'clock. It is working fine. Okay, and just go to this test class and go here and leave. Only 40% got covered. Why?
We are not writing, I mean, writing any.
Yes, in test class, we have not yet give any logics to run this data. Got it? For
Yes,
more than 1,00,000, we gave here where we can see update. Sorry, insert.
inside.
And more like 1,00,000 we gave. And if you give another logic like between 70,000 to 1,00,000, then it will work. Can we see one more?
No, 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 bro. If we only give insert.
Yes, we gave only insert and we haven't gave update.
Yes.
Okay. Now can we see with update?
Okay, bro.
Okay. So now we need to have one more function in this. If you want to add one more function within this function also, it will work fine. But better practice is don't go with in same function. Just go
Okay.
with another function in this function or in this. I'm just copying it and giving paste. Okay. So test function 2 I'm giving because this is a test function, second function, and remaining thing will be the same.
Okay.
How can we give same variable variable name? Can we give? No
This is
issues.
another function.
No issues we can give,
Yes.
and variable name also we can give same name. No issues.
Okay.
And here coming while you are fetching the data, that time don't go with the same name.
Okay.
Just change it. Okay. And now, what is the second function category? More, it should be greater than 70,000. Okay.
Yes.
Going to line number 35. See here it's showing line number 35 variable P2 because here we already gave the duplicate, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is the reason showing error. Okay. Here we can give P3 and 80,000 I'm giving value here. 80,000 I'm giving. And how much is the amount? 1,000 rupees, right?
Yes.
So 1,000 rupees I'm giving. And if it is 80,000, what is the amount we need to get it here?
79.
Okay, line number 31. Yes, here it is P2. Okay. Okay, now I'm saving this code. We can see either it is working or not correctly. I'm just giving run test. It is working fine.
Yes.
And here first one not working. Why 75? Okay, where P? Where P? Okay, 1 minute. So here text function we gave, but here what they're doing is they're not updating the same record.
Yes.
So
Inserting.
they're just inserting.
Yes.
So now now second one is working, first one is not working. Something I have done wrongly. Just give me a minute, bro. ఏం బ్రో మంత్రాలు ఏమైనా వినిపిస్తున్నాయా?
ఏం బ్రో? వినిపిస్తున్నాయి బ్రో లైట్‌గా.
చెప్పాలి. అందుకే పొద్దున ప్రాబ్లం ఇదే. Okay, so now we are writing another function. So we gave line number 44. Okay. 39. Define type test method is test. Okay. Shit. నేను మెయిన్ థింగ్ మర్చిపోయాను.
ఈజర్ టెస్ట్ కదా బ్రో?
కాపీ చేయడంలో మిస్ అయింది అది. అందుకే ఇందాక చూపిస్తుంది ప్రాబ్లం అది. ఇక్కడ చూస్తా ఉన్నాను బ్రో, అర్థమవుతా ఉందా? ఇక్కడ చూపిస్తుంది మనకి అది.
డిక్లేర్ యాజ్ ఈజ్ టెస్ట్ అని చూపిస్తుంది.
సో ఇక్కడ వరకు ఓకే, ఇది వర్క్ అవుతా ఉంది. సో టెస్ట్ ఫంక్షన్ మాత్రం మళ్ళీ test function 2. 65. Okay. Here. Okay. Now run the test. It got success. Now I will check here. First one is working, second one okay. Why second one is not working means here 1,000 rupees has to less. Yes. 40% నుంచి 50% వచ్చింది బట్ ఈ లైన్ వర్క్ అవ్వట్లా ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఇక్కడ లైన్ వర్క్ అవ్వాలి. Six. Okay. Somewhere I'm doing wrong, Dash. Give me a minute. First line is not getting covered. Where the test function 2, okay. And here first we are giving the name and later we are updating the name. Yes, got it. Now from 40 to 60 we got it. What I have done is second function I have started. Okay. Rajesh, are you following me?
Yes, sir. Yes, please.
Second function I started with same name with same price.
Yes,
Later I have inserted.
yes,
Now again I have changed my price data from 12,000 to 80,000 and I asked them to update this data.
yes.
So then earlier why it was not coming means I have removed this line completely. So that's the reason this line was not covered. So now it got
Okay.
covered. So from 40 to 60 we got it. Now
ఏ
same way
ఏ లైన్ తీసేశారు బ్రో?
here, where inside the second function, in second function here, earlier I made this only 80,000. Okay, when inside 80,000, when update is 80,000, then how it works?
ఓకే. ఓకే.
So what I have done is first 1,20,000 will be there. So this data will be inserted. Then again, I ask you to update this data.
Yes.
So update I gave. So then now first function is working and second function also is working. Same
Yes.
way, if you want to check remaining these two, if you want to satisfy remaining these two also, we'll go with update. See here,
Okay. Okay.
before insert we already done it. If you want to go with update, you can do it. You can do with update. Where do you need to change is instead of giving update here, sorry, instead of giving this value, we can give these values between 50,000 to 70,000. You can give one value.
Yes.
Okay, let me check this one also. Wait. So here test function 3 I'm giving and 12,000 update I'm giving amount 50,000, right? I'm 60,000 I'm giving 60,000 and P4 I'm giving here, and what is the amount should be here
Mm.
60,000 I'm giving 60,500 is lessing, so 59,500 has to come.
Yes.
I'm just saving this. No problem. So I'm just giving run test. Test is working fine. And coming to pulsar bike here. Yes. Again here one line is missing. 1,000 rupees. Are you getting Rajesh where we are missing? I missed it actually update
Yes. Yes.
because in second function we are telling them to update 80,000, and again here also I'm giving update 60,000. So second function is not taking directly, third function it is taking.
Yes.
So here what I'll do is no, something wrong. Function 3 it was not working. Invalid at index is 0. Okay. Line number 82, column number 1, I did a mistake. Line number 82. Okay. Here it should not be delete. Insert where to, then why it is not working. So here I'm missing test number 2. Till this line is working. I'm sorry. Where we missed beginning the fourth line.
బ్రో ఒక నిమిషం బ్రో.
Yeah, okay.